Morning, year two. Hey, team. Been a while. How are you doing? Can't answer me. So I wanted to start by saying well done for yesterday. Yesterday was a weird transition day because it was our first day on Teams, trying to get our heads around that and wrap our brains around how to use it. So well done for those who were able to access it and use it. If you didn't, absolutely fine. I saw a lot of work through the year two email, and that is brilliant. Just wanted to clarify a couple of things that I got through email. I thought I'd just put out as a video so people could see. We're trying to marry up what happens in the video with your assignment or quiz that's on Teams. But because not everyone is able to access Teams, we also have to set the work within the lesson. There's like two things we have to do, okay? So if you are accessing Teams, if you are going on Teams and you're able to see the assignments, they are what you have to do. Do not worry about the extra resources, the PDFs and stuff like that. Focus on those quizzes and assignments because that's how we can see whether you've taken in what we've taught you in that lesson, okay? So I know there's been a bit of confusion because we put loads of resources on the Teams. You can ignore all that. They're just there to kind of help and give bonus features if you need them. Really just focus on doing those assignments and quizzes. And I'll try to not answer any of those questions from the quizzes and assignments in the videos so that you have a chance afterwards to have a go. So we're going to have a go at this with reading. Okay, so we're carrying on our Flat Stanley book. And yesterday with Miss Druce, you did vocabulary. So today we're going to be focusing on our retrieval skill. Okay, but first let's start with our starter. Okay, really focusing on those spelling words. We've been doing quite a few recently of like what different sounds we should use. Okay, and today we're looking at ch. So when do you use just the CH and when do you use the TCH? All right, so you've got 4 words. See if you can write them down using either CH or TCH. Okay, I didn't say it, but hopefully you paused the video and had a go at those. Teach is, it's nice and small, is CH. Match is TCH. Switch is TCH, and bunch is CH. So if you remember, the rule for this is, there are always exceptions to the rule, but the main rule is, if the letter before the ch sound is a vowel on its own, it needs the T as a friend, okay? But if the letter before the ch sound is 2 vowels or a consonant, it does not need the T. So here you've got E and A together, so you just need CH. Here you have an A on its own, so you add the T. Here there's an I on its own, so you add the T. And here it's an N, which is a consonant, so you just add CH. All right, it's an important rule to remember. Spelling is one of those things that is very tricky to get our heads around, but we need to keep practicing it and keep getting better, okay? So, like I said earlier, we're practicing that retrieval skill, retrieving information from the text with those 4 steps we always talk about. Finding the word, underlining the keywords in the text, then finding it. I almost forgot the steps there. So underline the keywords in the text, in the questions, find it in the text, read around it, and then write it down. You can tell I haven't done these videos in a while because I'm struggling. Right, so let's read the section for today. I can tell if this is in the way, so I'm going to move it. Stanley, Mr. Dart said, if your mother will give her permission, I will put you and your plan to work this very night. So in a section before this, I know you would have covered this section yesterday, because remember we always do the same section on Mondays and Tuesdays. Yesterday you focused on vocabulary, today we're doing retrieval. Stanley's come up with some sort of plan to help Mr. Dart deal with these museum thieves. Okay. Stanley, Mr. Dart said, if your mother will give her permission, I will put you and your plan to work this very night. Mrs. Lambchop gave her permission. But you will have to take a long nap this afternoon, she said. I won't have you up till all hours unless you do. That evening, after a long nap, Stanley went with Mr. Dart to the famous museum. Mr. Dart took him into the main hall, where the biggest and most important paintings were hung. He pointed to a huge painting that showed a bearded man, wearing a floppy velvet hat, playing a violin for a lady who lay on a couch. Oh, there's a lot going on there. There was a half-man, half-horse person standing behind him, and 3 fat children with wings were flying around above. That, Mr. Dart explained, was the most expensive painting in the world. Interesting. There was an empty picture frame on the opposite wall, which I'll hear more about that later on. Mr. Dart took Stanley into his office and said, "It is time for you to put on a disguise." I had already thought of that, Stanley Lambchop said, and I brought one, my cowboy suit. It has a red bandana that I can tie over my face. Nobody will recognize me in a million years. Okay, so that is our section for today. Same section you did yesterday. Okay, just different questions. Now, this is where Teams comes into it. If you have access to Teams, you can stop the video, go over to Teams, and here are your questions, okay? This sheet will be on Teams as an assignment, okay? If you don't have Teams, do what we've always done. You can pause the video, write down your answers, and then send them to year2@theprimaryacademy.com, okay? I'm not going to go through the answers on the video because then people who are doing it on Teams might not have a chance to do it themselves, okay? So have a go, whether that's on a piece of paper because you can't access Teams or through the reading assignment that I've put on Teams for you. I really hope this makes sense. If we're still not sure what to do, please just email year2@theprimaryacademy.com and I'll try and help you. Okay, I'm learning this as well. So let's hope this works, all right? I'll see you a bit later for maths. Thanks, everyone.